2 videos because I've been very sick. But I'm doing better now, and here we are today to do Mr. Jack-o'-lantern. And I've been waiting quite a few weeks to do him now. This is what he looks like. He's a sweet Halloween project, great decoration to have, and he's easy to do. We'll do him today. And I also wanted to tell you about next week's video. I'm going to be going around on Pinterest and Instagram and telling about this video that I'm going to do next week on Sunday, September 7th. We'll be using this plaque from Dollar Tree. So you want to pick one up if you want to get involved in this. Get this plaque from Dollar Tree, and then we're going to take and redo the plaque. We're going to embellish it, I guess, and we're going to make it into this. She's orange on the back. So we're going to go from the bear one to the decorated one. And we're going to do that next Sunday the 7th. So I'll be right back, and I'll be telling you about the supplies that we're going to use to make Mr. Jack-o'-lantern. So what we're going to use to make Mr. Jack-o'-lantern is we're going to use some of this green felt and some of this black felt. And I'll show you as we go what we're going to use those on. This is just a sample of the materials so that you'll know what we're using. I went ahead and pre-cut the faces, and we're not going to be using this orange felt. It's just on here to show you the faces that I cut. You can cut any faces that you want for him. You don't have to try to do these faces. It's just have fun and decorate them like you would any jack-o'-lantern. So I've got these ready to go on him. And then I also have this 3x8 piece of green felt that I did measure and cut out like this. That's going to go around for his stem. So you want to have that. And then for his body, you want to have a 14 by 25 inch piece of orange fleece. This is from Hobby Lobby. And a 12 by 23 inch piece of orange fleece. And an 8 by 21 inch piece of orange fleece. And you'll need one green pipe cleaner, some oak leaves, some marbles, flat marbles, some 2-ply jute, some rubber bands, and glue sticks, and your glue gun and scissors. And that's all you're going to need to make him. So I'll get back with you in a minute, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm ready to start here with a 14 inch by 25 inch piece of orange fleece. You want to have the fuzzy side facing up towards you, and you want to put the 14 inch sides together. We're going to glue them together. Okay. So you just want to come in about 1/4 of an inch and go all the way over. And then we'll just close that up, and I'll let that set up. Just want to pick it up by the end here and start gathering it together in your fingers. We're going to close this off, the bottom. So we want to gather it together. This is the bottom pumpkin, the biggest one. Get them all in there. Make sure none of them fall low. We want them all up high like that. And then we'll just take our rubber band and put it around them. Put that back in there. And do it up real tight. You want to go about 1 inch down. And then we take our jute, I've got it over here, and we'll tie a piece of jute around it to secure that rubber band. I'm tying that really tight. And then you want to turn it right side out. And I just gently get everything pulled around here. That's how it should look. And we're going to put some marbles in the bottom of this one. Now that we're making 3 pumpkins, and just this bottom one's going to have marbles in it. These are flat marbles. I get mine on Amazon. And actually these came from Hobby Lobby. So I've got them in there all around that stub that we made. And that'll be the weight that holds them down. All like that. And then here's your seam that's going to go in the back all through the project. We want to keep our seams lined up in the back. And you take your piece of masking tape, or a piece of masking tape, and put it on the seam throughout your project. I'll put them a little lower so we can work at the top of them. It'll remind you where the seam is. So what I want to do now is to put some stuffing in them. Polyester fiberfill. I'll put that in there. This is soft. I got this fiberfill at Hobby Lobby as well. It's the first time I've used it. It's nice. It was a very good price. I'm going to finish stuffing this up and I'll be right back with you. Next thing we do, I've got it all stuffed up there, about 2 inches from the top probably. And then you want to just go ahead and gather the top together like you did the bottom. Just gather right together like that. You can see what I'm doing. So I've got it all gathered together like that, and I'm going to put a rubber band on it to seal it up. Nice and tight there. And then we're going to tie it with some 2-ply jute. Now I'm going to take this 12 by 23 inch piece for the middle pumpkin, and I'm going to do the exact same thing to this that I just did to the bottom pumpkin. So I'll do that and I'll be right back with you. I wanted to come back for a minute while I'm working on mine and remind you, no marbles in the second one. In the middle pumpkin, it doesn't get marbles, and the top pumpkin doesn't get marbles. Just want to let you know that. I'll be right back. The middle one's done. Looks like this. No marbles in it. And then we're going to move on to the top pumpkin. We're going to make it the same way as we did the middle one, with no marbles in the bottom. And this one measures, the fabric measures 8 inches by 21 inches. Just remember to put your fuzzy side on the inside and then start it the same way you did the middle one. And I'll be right back with you. I've got all 3 of the pumpkins put together. Top one, middle one, bottom one. What we're gonna do is glue them together now. So we want to take the bottom one and cut down the stem or the stub. We don't want to cut it so low that it makes it pop out, the stuffing, because it will pop. Get it about like that. A little bit more off right there. And we're going to do the same thing with the middle one. I think I need a new pair of scissors. They're going a little slow on me. Okay, so we got that clipped down. Now what we have to do is glue the 2 of these together. Now remember, the seams have the tape on them, and you want the seams in the back. So we're going to glue them this way. We want the top to be nice and flat to put the top pumpkin on. So we're going to glue the 2 stubs together down here. And we're going to make sure that we pay attention to where the tape is so our seams all match up and line up when we're done. So what you want to do is get your glue out. It takes a lot of glue really to put these together. And you want to get your glue on there like that. Put it right on that middle stub. Lots of glue on there. And then I'll go around in a circle. I'm about 1 inch out from the stub right here, making a circle. And then I'll double it up. You gotta move kind of fast because this is gonna set all up. Okay, so now we take the middle one, we make sure that the seams are together. I'll put it this way so I can see. And then you want to put it right on top of the stub there. Seams together, and then apply pressure, and you're going to have to hold that for about 4 or 5 minutes. So I'll be back with you. So I've got the first 2 glued, and I want to put the third one on. We're going to put flat side to flat side up here. And we're going to put the seam together. I've got my seam marked with my tape. So we're going to line them all up there in the back like that. And then we'll put our glue right on the top of the middle one. I'm running out of glue. I think that'll do it. Now we find our tape, put them together, just like that. They're all lined up in the back. So we'll let that set up. So I noticed after I got them put together that he's kind of rocky. You see how he's rocking like that? So it's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn him around, and right underneath where we've got our tape for the seam, right underneath there, I'm gonna glue a little bit more to hold him more steady. And I'm gonna apply pressure to that, and I'll be back. I'm back again, and the thing I wanted to tell you was the last thing we did was we put some glue right in where the tape is. We opened it up and put some glue right in here to keep it from rocking. Well, I went ahead and put the glue on both sides and the front too to make it, just opened it up and put a little glue in there, and then I held it down for 5 minutes. So he's all set now. He's just right, just how we want him. The next thing I want to do is put on his stem piece. It's the stem wrap that I told you about at the beginning, 3 inches by 8 inches. It's just a piece of green felt. We want to make it so that we have a seam that comes in the back. So I'll make sure that that lines up. I'll turn that a little bit. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, we decided that we'd go ahead and give you the patterns for these faces that I'm putting on right now. So if you want to go to the World of Colors Management at gmail.com and request that you want the Jack-o'-lantern faces pattern, and we'll send them right back to you. So I've got the seam right on the back, and then I want, my top is still open, I'm going to glue that shut. And we really didn't glue this on, so it could just be pulled off real easily, but we're going to use the leaves to help us out. Get it glued on all the way. Okay. So I'll turn this around to the front, like that, and we're going to start putting the faces on. I've got the first face right here for the top pumpkin, and I've already cut these out, and these are the patterns that we'll send you if you decide that you want these patterns. Just go ahead and send us an email. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting these on. Now the leaves go underneath the stem. I'm going to make sure that I've got the seam back that way. I've got this a little crooked myself. I'll fix that. There we go. Now what we'll do is with the leaves is we'll put the glue on both sides of the tip of the leaves and just open that up like that and stick it in there so it glues down the side of the stem and also glues in the leaf like that. And then I'll do the other one. Just glue on both sides and then just turn it over like that, tuck it in there, and then just hold that down. I'm going to go ahead and get this face glued on, and we'll just get it lined up here. I'm just putting them in place while I'm waiting. I'm holding this to let it set up. So I've got the face in place like that. I think this is set up enough. And then I'm just going to glue these pieces on. You could either take some tacky glue or your hot glue gun and get these glued on. I'm just going to go ahead and get these pieces glued on this top pumpkin, and then I'll go ahead and get the rest of it done. It's turning out pretty good. We got the eyes and the nose, and now we're going to do the mouth. Turn that towards me here. Now that's how his face turns out. I'll go back a little bit and go and turn the edges if I see any edges that need a little bit more glue, and I'll make sure that they're all glued on good, like that. Then the other thing we want to do to the top of the head is give it some jute. I tied little bows on them, add a little extra detail. So this is the top, and I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom two pumpkins. That's what that looks like. And you just got to line up the faces now, so you don't have to worry so much about your masking tape back here. But you notice if you take the masking tape off, you've got your lined up seams in the back, which is important to me. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on and put the middle face on, and then I'll do the bottom, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I have the bottom two faces on. We've got the jute tied around in bows. We got the leaves. When you order the face pattern, you'll also get the leaves that go with each set here. So what we want to do now is put some oak leaves sticking out from the bottom. So I've got a couple here, and we'll just put some glue on them. And tuck them underneath. A little bit farther. Like, well, I want them a little bit farther, I think. That's good. And we'll do the other side. Turn that. And the last thing we have to do, hold that on there while it's drying, is put on the vines. I just have a couple pieces. I have a pipe cleaner here. I'll cut this in half. Like that. And I've got one at the top, between the middle and the top. Like that. And I have one right over here. Now I'll let these set up and I'll be right back with you. So we're all finished now, but I wanted to show you and remind you that next Sunday, September 7th, we'll be upgrading this wood plaque sign decorative item from Dollar Tree. We'll be upgrading it to this next Sunday, the 7th. So if you want to make this, make sure to go ahead and find your witch at the Dollar Tree so you're ready to make it. I hope you can see it good there with all the things behind me. It's really cute. You can put it on a plate rack like that, or you can hang it on your front door. Lot of places you can use that to decorate. Now, here's how our jack-o'-lanterns turn out. They're really cute. They're like exactly the same size. Just follow those directions that we just went through, and you'll have one just like this. And if I want to tell you about the pattern, is what we'll do is we'll send you a photo of the pattern that you can copy out and then cut out on your felt. So that's how it will do that. Just send it to the World of Colors Management at gmail.com, and request Mr. Jack O'Lantern's faces. Okay? So thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Have a nice rest of your day.